Dressing up. He loved to dress up. He'd be in a three-piece suit, brocade vest, ruffled shirt, or just sometimes the pants, the shirt and the vest, but all the time dressed up.
I don't think he'd never not looked cool. He had a thing about always looking good and always dressing, which I did not inherit from him.
Historical things happened here, as you know. We had the Beatles. This is where the Beatles came.
I never forget that night.
No, that was pretty historical. And, you know, I don't think we really appreciated it as much then, you know, as it turned out to be later in life.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was that period where Elvis was looking for, you know, his career. And here's the Beatles on the top, remember? It was, you know, it was, I think it was a huge deal to the Beatles. I think we enjoyed it, don't you?
Oh yeah, definitely enjoyed it. I think what we enjoyed most about that historical night was how they all interacted with each other, and how Elvis, you know, pretty much ran the show. I mean, John and Paul, all of them were pretty, very humbled, very nice. I think that took us all by surprise. You know, I did come a couple of times, and one of them, when Hair and Scare him, I dyed his hair.
You dyed his hair?
Yeah, he didn't like the color of his hair, so obviously I was always the first one to say, I can do it. So I went to the drugstore and I got black dye. It looked pretty easy to me, right?
Yeah.
So you go and get your black dye, and I got brushes, you know, so I could, you know, brush it on. And I went to the studio with a bag. I mean, I took it very seriously. I've got a black bag, and I had a towel and brushes and the black dye. And here I come in like a real professional. I mean, I took it quite seriously.
Now I know why he wore the turban.
You know what? You might
I thought
be right.
it was an image. He was trying to cover up that hair.
You might be right. When he did the Elvis comeback, the '68 Elvis comeback special, that was a validation that he was still popular and people still wanted him.
Well, I got to do this sooner or later, so I might as well do it now, baby.
Steve Bender was the director and worked with him on Elvis being Elvis, really. Just who he is. No preconceptions, no trying to be or do. Just do what you do best and being yourself.
Sharing life with Elvis, you got to share the whole spectrum. And spirituality was a part of it.
He was on a never-ending spiritual quest of some sort of. I never not saw him reading, looking, questioning.
He was a searcher about life, a searcher about truth. He was thirsty for knowledge. He had such an inquisitive mind.
Elvis always was searching. He always wanted answers. He always had that fight between, you know, what was right, you know, what was wrong.
I believe that all good things come from God.
I mean, it all came down to God for him.